In a short time, Dune Part Two has already become a global sensation, and because these first two Dune movies only cover the original Dune novel, there are many more stories to be told in this world. While Denis Villenueve won't be adapting every single novel into a film, he has teased in the past that a third Dune movie is currently being written. I talked in a video from this past summer about how Dune Messiah will likely be the next book adapted into a movie, and there was a great interest among viewers to have a brief summary of what the novel entails, so here it is. After the death of Baron Harkonnen and the defeat of the Sardaukar troops, Paul Atreides, heir of House Atreides, assumes the throne as the Emperor of the known universe with Princess Irulan as his consort and his Fremen lover, Chani, as his concubine. 12 years later, Paul Atreides holds total control over the supply of melange. This gives him immense power over the entire universe. With the Fremen using his name as a messiah figure, a brutal jihad gets unleashed on humanity, killing billions of people. Unable to stop the Holy War started in his name, Paul uses his prescience powers to see a doomed fate for humanity, which is one of the themes in Dune Messiah. Trying to avert the future he saw, Paul begins a plan to set humanity on a golden path. Meanwhile, the Bene Gesserit, Spacing Guild, and Tleilaxu, unable to stand Paul's immense control on melange, begin plotting against him. Edric, the guild navigator, uses his prescience to prevent Paul from discovering their plans. Reverend Mother Gaius Helen Mohayim recruits Princess Irulan, Paul's consort, to work with her. With Princess Irulan on their side, the groups consisting of Scytale, the Face Danger from Tleilaxu, Reverend Mother Mohayim from the Bene Gesserit, and Edric from the Spacing Guild begin a plan to kill Paul Atreides. Scytale offers an irresistible gift to Paul, Hate, a Ghola of Duncan, Idaho, Paul's childhood friend and teacher. A Ghola is an artificially created being that gets replicated from the dead cells of its human body. With Paul accepting Hate, his support among the Fremen wanes as the Fremen believed Gholas to be unclean. With the conspirators' plan in motion, Princess Irulan begins adding contraceptives to Chani's food, making her unable to conceive a child for Paul. Though Paul knew of Princess Irulan's deeds, he does nothing to stop her, as with his prescience, he saw Chani die after giving birth to his heir. However, Chani begins a Fremen fertility diet and soon becomes pregnant with Paul's children. She also notices her unborn children's abnormal development rates. This leads to strain on her body. With Paul's enemies planning against him, Othrim, one of his former Fedaykin death commandos, reveals proof of a Fremen conspiracy. Paul sends his soldiers to attack the Fremen conspirators. While leaving Othrim's house, an atomic weapon known as a stone burner gets detonated, blinding Paul in the process. Now blind, Paul uses his prescient powers against the Fremen tradition of the blind walking into the desert to determine everything occurring around him. Bajaz implants a command to Hite to make him kill Paul, and when Chani dies during childbirth, Hite gets triggered but reacts against his programming and recovers his memories as Duncan, Idaho. Paul's twin children are born with Kwisatz Haderach-like powers, giving them prescience. Scytale meets Paul with a proposal to make Chani a Ghola, but when Paul refuses, he threatens to kill his children. Scytale gets killed after Paul sees through the eyes of his son. With his prescient powers gone, Paul walks into the desert as with Fremen tradition, leaving behind his children in the care of his sister, Alia, now romantically involved with Duncan, Idaho. Alia orders the execution of all conspirators, but spares Princess Irulan. What did you think of Dune Part 2? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like the video, and subscribe for more Dune videos in the future. And remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you. Always.